The real cause of back pain, the vicious cycle of back pain, begins with performing daily tasks with poor body mechanics, then overuse/fatigue of back muscles, then inflammation and back pain, then pain inhibition of muscles, then muscular imbalances, then dysfunctional motor planning brain damage, and back to performing daily tasks with poor body mechanics. This is the vicious cycle of chronic back pain. Number 1. Performing daily tasks with poor body mechanics. It all begins at birth. Because of the way our bodies are built, with the eyes located in the front of our head and the hands below eye level, we have no choice but to lean our bodies forward in order to accomplish our daily tasks. As children, we lean forward to play with toys. We then continue with the same postural pattern as we go to school, play with video games, watch TV, read or use computers. By the time we reach adulthood and join the workforce, we've become conditioned to slump forward at our desks or workstations. Decades of conditioning make the task of functioning with proper posture and good body mechanics an impossible task. Number 2. Overuse and fatigue of back muscles. The continuous performance of daily tasks with poor body mechanics inevitably leads to overuse, then fatigue of the back muscles. Our core muscles are not designed for power or explosiveness. They are known to be muscles of stabilization. They work slowly and for extended periods of time. Core muscles are not large or powerful. They will fatigue easily when overused. Number 3. Inflammation and back pain. Overusing any muscle will lead to an inflammatory response, which is only an attempt by the body to heal itself. With inflammation, the body produces chemical mediators, which are responsible for several responses, such as an increase in temperature and blood flow to the damaged area, plus, of course, the onset of pain. Ironically, pain is not a bad thing. It is simply a message that the brain sends in order to warn us about an abnormal and potentially harmful event that our body is about to experience, so that we can take the necessary corrective action. Number 4. Pain inhibition of muscles. Since pain is a signal about a potential bodily injury, the brain reacts to the pain signal by inhibiting the muscles located around the painful area. For instance, if you fall and hurt your shoulder, you will not be able to fully move your shoulder and arm until a certain amount of healing has occurred. Likewise, when our back hurts, our core muscles will be prevented by the brain from functioning properly. Number 5. Muscular imbalances. When we use our trunk muscles for any strenuous activity, such as lifting a heavy weight, all our core muscles are activated, with our abdominal muscles generating as much as 40% of the total force generated. Since our core is made of several groups of muscles that act in a well-coordinated fashion, when one specific group of muscles is inhibited from functioning properly because of pain, we end up with an uncoordinated, inefficient, and ineffective use of our core muscles. This, in turn, will have some serious consequences, such as microscopic tears to the muscle fibers. Number 6. Dysfunctional motor planning. Recent studies have uncovered the fact that back pain sufferers are actually victims of dysfunctional motor planning of the core muscles. In other words, the recruitment pattern of these muscles goes out of control. When an individual experiences back pain, the core muscles tend to fire at the wrong time. They generate less force than usual and also reach their peak earlier than they would if the person was pain-free. Adding insult to injury, when a chronic back pain sufferer is pain-free, the mere thought of anticipating back pain will cause the core muscles to misfire. When a pain-free individual hyperflexes the spine, bends forward to the limit, the back muscles become fully stretched and relax entirely, flexion relaxation phenomena. However, when a person is experiencing back pain, the back muscles do not relax as they fire continuously, making the situation worse. With prolonged slouching of the lumbar spine of as little as 5 minutes at a time, the ability to sense position of the spine, proprioception, is affected. It can be off by as much as 6 degrees when attempting to reposition oneself from a slouched position. This is a considerable amount of error for the lumbar spine, and further proof that abusing a flexed posture can be detrimental to one's health. Chronic back pain leads to brain damage. Patients with chronic back pain show significant brain changes when compared to control groups, displaying atrophy of cortical gray matter of 5 to 11%, the equivalent of 10 to 20 years of brain aging in a normal person. The decrease in volume is mainly localized in the thalamus and the lateral prefrontal cortex. The prefrontal cortex is responsible for memory, planning, decision-making, and rational thinking, while the thalamus acts as a gateway for sensory input between the body and the brain. Shrinkage of these brain regions explains the psychological, cognitive, and sensory abnormalities that occur with chronic back pain. In addition to brain atrophy, patients with chronic back pain experience other changes in how the brain works. In a healthy brain, all the regions of the brain exist in a state of equilibrium. When one region is active, others will quiet down. However, in back pain sufferers, the affected brain areas fail to deactivate when they should. As a result, neurons or brain cells wear out, and connections between them are altered, possibly leading to permanent damage. There is a ray of hope. A recent study of people who underwent hip replacement surgeries to repair severe hip degeneration experienced a complete reversal of the brain atrophy of the thalamus. This leads scientists to believe that brain damage associated with chronic back pain is repairable when the pain disappears. Given this new information, the need to address the issue of chronic back pain in an effective manner becomes more urgent than ever. It is clear that when left untreated, chronic back pain will lead to some deleterious consequences.